All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about a Japanese financial powerhouse, Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group, or SMFG for short. Why? Well, they've just put out some performance numbers that are making waves around the world, and it suggests something big is happening, not just for the company, but maybe for Japan's entire economy. So let's get into the data.
So let's start with just one number, 93%. This single number is really at the heart of our whole story today. It's the key to understanding why SMFG is suddenly on the radar of so many global investors. This figure represents some serious momentum, and in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what's behind it.
So that's the big question, right? How on earth did they do it? SMFG posted a net profit of 1.39 trillion yen. That means they've already hit 93% of their goal for the entire year, and they still had a full quarter left to go. It wasn't just one thing, but really a perfect storm of three core strengths that are lining up beautifully with Japan's economic comeback. Let's break them down one by one. First up, let's just zoom in on that headline number. You know, hitting 93% of your target this early isn't just a good quarter, no way. It's a sign that the company's entire strategy is absolutely firing on all cylinders in a way we just haven't seen in years. What makes this so wild is the context. You have to remember, for decades, Japanese banks were navigating this brutal zero-interest rate world. Well, that whole era is coming to an end. And this 93% figure, it shows that SMFG isn't just adapting to this massive shift. It's like they were built for it. Every single part of their business, from old-school lending to new digital services, is contributing to this incredible result. Okay, now for the first of those three core strengths. And honestly, this one's a biggie. This is probably the most powerful force driving SMFG right now. Its almost unique ability to turn rising interest rates directly into cold, hard profit. You know that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats? Well, in this case, SMFG's boat is basically a speedboat. Before we get to the juicy numbers, let's quickly talk about a key idea, interest rate sensitivity. It sounds complicated, but it's really simple. It's just a measure of how much more money a bank makes when interest rates go up. If they can lend out money at higher rates while the cost of their own money stays low, their profit margin just gets wider. And it looks like SMFG has this down to a science. And here it is, the magic number. For every tiny 0.25% hike in Japan's policy rate, SMFG expects its profit to jump by a massive 100 billion yen. In a world where interest rates are finally starting to look normal again, that's not just a tailwind. That's like strapping a jet engine to your earnings. So how do they pull this off? Well, this slide basically shows their secret sauce. A whopping 64% of their domestic deposits are in low-cost accounts. So what does that mean? It means when they start earning way more from higher lending rates, their own costs barely budge. It's a structural advantage that automatically juices their profit margins. But look, this isn't just an interest rate story, not even close. The second core strength is the explosive growth they're seeing in what's called non-interest income. This is the proof that SMFG is becoming something much bigger than just a traditional bank. You know, it's really important we grasp this shift. We have to stop seeing SMFG as just some legacy bank. The data shows it's morphing into a modern financial platform. It's making money from a whole range of services, and that makes the entire business way more resilient and way more exciting. And if you want proof, look no further. 7 million. That's how many accounts they have on Olive, their all-in-one personal finance app, as of early 2024. This thing isn't just an app. It's a huge digital ecosystem that hooks customers in and gives SMFG a powerful way to sell everything from wealth management to payment services. And you can see how this digital-first approach is fueling growth everywhere. In the retail business, profits shot up by over 78 billion yen, mostly from things like wealth and payment fees. In their corporate division, fees from M&A and securities are booming. And check this out. Their subsidiary, SMBC Nikko Securities, saw its net profit jump by 50%. It really is a dual-engine growth story. Okay, let's get to our third and final core strength. And for a lot of international investors watching, this might be the most critical piece of the whole puzzle: capital efficiency. See, it's not just about how much money a company makes, but how efficiently it generates that profit. And this is where SMFG really, truly shines. You know, there's this quote from a market analyst that just nails it. It perfectly captures why global money is flowing back into Japan.
Investors want proof that these big old companies are finally serious about corporate reform and putting shareholders first. They want to see that cash being put to work, and SMFG is a poster child for this exact trend. Let's look at the key metric here, return on equity, or ROE. SMFG is hitting an ROE of 12.2%. Now, to put that in perspective, that is an exceptionally high number for a Japanese megabank. It puts them in a completely different league from their peers. It's a crystal clear signal that management is laser focused on delivering top-tier profits and value to its shareholders. And the best part? They're not taking crazy risks to get these numbers. SMFG has a balance sheet that's like a fortress, with a core capital ratio way above what regulators require. And crucially, they're aggressively unwinding those complex cross-shareholdings, which has been a major complaint about corporate Japan for years, and they're already way ahead of schedule. This is exactly the kind of clear, decisive action investors have been waiting to see. So, let's bring it all together. When you look at all the data, what you see isn't just a company having a good year. What it suggests is that we are witnessing the awakening of a financial champion, one that seems perfectly built for the future of Japan's economy. So, the whole investment case for SMFG really boils down to three powerful ideas. First, it seems to be in the absolute best position to profit from rising interest rates. Second, its digital platform is a proven growth machine that's diversifying its business away from just banking. And third, its best-in-class capital efficiency and its commitment to reform make it a real standout for shareholders.
With its profit goal already in the bag and some serious tailwinds at its back, SMFG is a fascinating story of Japan's economic comeback. The momentum here really points to the potential in this new chapter. The story of SMFG is, in many ways, the story of a changing Japan, which leaves us with one final thought. We just might be watching one of its greatest financial champions wake up.
Of course, as always, any investing involves risk, so it's super important you do your own research. For all the deep dive data, SMFG's official investor relations page is your best bet. Thanks so much for tuning in.